Hey guys, it's the AK Geek here. Got a couple comments recently asking me to do an update on my Romanian RH-10, so figured now would be a good idea to do a video on it and let you guys know what I've done to it. So, it does look quite a bit different since the last time you've seen it. Pretty much the last time you saw it, the only thing I really changed on it was the Hogue grip here on the bottom and the CNC Warrior folding stock on here. But as you can see, some things have definitely changed on this rifle, and for the better, I would say, because I'd say this really modernizes the rifle and puts it into a much more capable fighting package than what it was originally when I first got it. So we'll just go from muzzle to muzzle to stock on here, and we'll go over what's on here. So I have not really made any changes to the muzzle device on here, which is just like a simple A2 style of brake. It works just fine. I'm not changing anything with the front sight. The front sight gas block combo is a pretty cool thing on AKs. The nice thing about it is the fact that it makes the rifle a lot less front heavy because it balances the rifle out a bit easier, even though at the cost of your sight radius. As you can see, it's quite a bit. It's a decent amount smaller than what a typical AK sight radius is, but not really that big of a deal. These are backup sights, and plus these sights are accurate enough as is. I think people put too much emphasis on little things like that, in my opinion. But going on from there, I do have no plans really to change anything with the sights or the muzzle device, because that is kind of what makes the RH-10 pretty unique in the AK world. The fact that it does have this integrated front sight gas block from the factory, along with a A2 style brake and an RPK style rear sight, makes it pretty unique. I have no real desire to change that on there. So the handguard change. I swapped over to a flat dark earth Magpul MOE grip. And the reason being for that is because I wanted to mount a light on here, and I do. This is a Surefire G2X. That's kind of my go-to budget flashlight. And for what it is, it's really awesome. It's pretty lightweight, it's very durable, and for the cost, it's a really kick-butt light that I have no complaints about at all. It's mounted via a UTG mlok attachment point, which is nice considering that this is basically made to take mlok stuff, so that's pretty cool. I went with the Magpul one on here simply just because I have experience with it already on my AK-74, and for what it is, I mean, you really can't go wrong with it. I mean, it's modular, it's durable, it's got a built-in heat shield, plus it comes in cool colors. And so I wanted to differentiate the colors a little bit on here for my 74, so this kind of has a desert beach kind of tan FDE look to it, which is pretty neat. I have not changed anything as far as the safety, because as you know, I do have an extended safety on my 74, but not saying I wouldn't want something like this on here, but the main issue is when the stock is folded on here, that would interfere with it. If I were to get any sort of a safety enhancement, I would think about maybe getting like an underfolder style of safety, where it's got an extra latch up higher. I'd be able to actuate it up there, but we'll see. We'll see. So as far as one of the bigger changes on here that I've done is I got a Primary Arms Gen 2 Advanced Red Dot, and the main purpose for that is because I want to do some testing on it, and I like having optics on my AKs. And from what I've seen, this has been a pretty awesome optic so far. It's advertised to have 50,000 hours of battery life on it, which, we'll see how that holds up. So far, it's been on for over a week, and it hasn't died on me yet on a medium brightness setting. So I'm not 100% sure if you guys will be able to see the dot in there at all. No, you can't, but guaranteed the light is on there, and it does work. And what's pretty neat about it, I did not know this when I got this optic, is it actually has 2 night vision settings, which is kind of neat. Not really useful for me because I don't have any night vision, but hey, it's there if you're into that. If you're into that stuff. So, and last but not least, one of the big questions I've been getting is, how's the CNC Warrior folding stock holding up? Well, I've had no real problems with it overall. I've folded it and unfolded it several times. Just because it usually sits folded in a place of convenient storage in my house, and so basically, for the most part, actually not at all. The stock has not gotten loose as far as me just folding and unfolding it. It's not rattling or anything, which is good. The only thing I did notice is when I took it out to the range last week, the screws on here did get loose, so I'm probably just going to have to Loctite those down, but other than that, it's fine. The one thing I will say is when I tightened the screws back on, they didn't snap, unlike the Magpul MOE stock, which is a good thing. Because it's not good if you have a rifle stock that just snaps if you just try to tighten it down, so that's neither here nor there. Oh, last thing I don't want to make sure I don't forget. The rail I'm rocking on here is a Tacsport AK rail, and just essentially, with what that is, it's essentially just a copy of the Midwest Industries Gen 1 AK side rail. The locking mechanism is a little different, because typically on the Midwest Industries, the lock would be back here, so they moved it up here, probably to avoid copyright, or not copyright, but patent issues and all that stuff. And last but not least on here, it's got a typical just Russian sling attached via a QD point. So that's all I've done with this thing so far. Stay tuned for more updates as I continue to test this and put it through its paces. This has been the AK Geek signing out, and I hope all of you have a fantastic day.